Good morning, welcome to Dick Allan. I'm your host Rick. We're just getting started. Today I wanted to talk to you about crash and burn. So back in 2001, I was part of a bartering company. I put about $500,000 into the company. I leveraged myself pretty hard. I didn't have any really background, I just had good credit and I was able to leverage myself. But that's a story for another time. We had a little penny stock. We had some investors lined up. We had some stock people lined up. We had to push our little penny stock from, a quarter up to $4, $8. We had different phases we had to go to. And it was tough. Basically the impossible. It's business. You're trying to do something amazing. And I'm driving to work one morning and I get a phone call and they're like, hey, turn on your radio. Man, that's when I found out about 9/11. I could not understand how these two trade towers in New York City in the financial industry caused such havoc in the markets, in my life, and everything else. So I was 2 days away from closing an $80,000 deal. Needless to say, that deal just crumbled. Investors were gone like cockroaches. The office workplace became very cutthroat. People got hurt. It wasn't more than about 3 months. I had a $20,000 judgment for the rent. I was selling all my properties. I had 5, 6 properties at the time. Everything was for sale. I couldn't maintain that, and I was leveraged anyway. The knockout punch came pretty hard, and you try to stand back up, but you just can't. I'm trying to salvage this beast, and I just couldn't. I was talking to my mom on the phone, basically the one who told me, hey, you're done, it's time to come home. And I didn't want to. I was like still trying to play in the sandbox and rebuild the sandcastle, and it just wasn't happening. So finally I took like my last $80, I got in my truck and I drove home. I had a foreclosure a little short time later. When you're at rock bottom, it's a tough place to be. I was 24 years old. I owed $2.4 million, and I couldn't ask for help. I was like a beggar on the street. Hey, you spare some change? What's $10? What's $1,000 gonna do for my problems? Nothing. Money of that type just doesn't grow on trees. I'm proud to say I didn't file bankruptcy. Worked at it, and fortunately, I was blessed to go back into business. And I wasn't a great successful business, but it did what I needed it to do. In Crash and Burn Business Part 2, I'm going to talk about starting over again and the next couple businesses I did. Maybe you can learn a couple things about my trials and, standing back up. So stay tuned.